What's crackin' like a mix mackin'? My name is Mangler, help me spell backwards, and welcome to a full Easter egg guide on the map Liberty Falls for Black Ops 6 Zombies. Now, I know this is a bit late, I apologize for that, but the first thing you want to do whenever you get into the game is you are going to want to get onto these cars right here and spawn, and then jump onto this ledge on the pedestal or on the motel to let the zombies out of the door and break that door open, because you're going to need it open for later anyway, so you might as well do it early on. Then go into the bowling alley and melee this tan box on the wall, and you'll see a water gauge. It'll tell you need a water valve required. This is also important for a step later. Then make your way into the cemetery area next to the church, and whenever you go there, there will be a special type of zombie that spawns in every round, and he will spawn in for a little bit and then despawn right after, so you need to make sure you kill him before he despawns. But his name is the Groundskeeper. He looks somewhat like this. He always will look like this. Once you kill him, he will drop a legendary rarity tool shed key. You will want to pick that up off the ground after killing him. After that, go through this door next to the cemetery and make your way towards this little brown tool shed right here to the left of the cemetery. Once you do that, interact with the door of the tool shed and there will be a handbrake inside that you will want to pick up. After that, make your way back over to this road right here where this car and this trap are, and make your way down the road to the flower shop. Once you get over to the flower shop, right in front of it there is going to be a water valve that you need to interact with, and it will pick up the water valve. Now we go back to Liberty Lanes. Go back to the tan box you meleeed earlier and interact with it to put the water valve on it. Then you're going to need to hold down on it, and you need to be careful here because whenever you're doing this, it will spawn a lot of zombies on you. So try to turn around and use some decoys here and there, or just in general, try to do whatever you can to stay alive. And make sure you don't leave the bowling alley, because if you do, the white bar will go down and you will lose progress and have to restart the step, and it will flash white. Fill up the white bar all the way, and it will throw out the water pressure gauge, which you need to pick up. Once you pick that up, you can move on to your next area. You'll want to come to a crafting table, and you'll want to craft a Mangler cannon or a Mutant injection. After that, go back to spawn and run through this area right here. Right across from Always Comics is going to be Radio House. You'll need to turn on your Mangler cannon, and you're going to need to use it to shoot and blast the door open to the Radio House. You need to blow the cage off of it. After that, you'll want to go into the Radio House and interact with a bunch of trash bags on the ground. One of them will have electric wires in it. You need to pick those up as well. After that, come back to the motel and get back into the room that we opened earlier at the start of this, and there is a crafting table in there. Go to the crafting table and build the jet gun. Now we need to find 3 parts, the first of which is going to be inside of the Always Comics in the ceiling. Go into Always Comics, look into the ceiling, and use the suck ability with the jet gun to suck up the first part of the LTG device. For the next part, go back like you're going towards the tool shed, but keep going down the road, get onto this roof, and then off of this roof, jump off and get onto this white truck right here. Inside of the window behind you, there will all of a sudden be a part there that you need to suck up with the jet gun, yet again. After that, you can move into the church. Go into the Pack-a-Punch in the church and then interact with the machine on your right. Whenever you interact with that, afterwards you are going to go towards the entrance again. Right above on the balcony there is a hat. You need to suck that up as well, and that is the last piece to the LTG device, and you also have started the first cutscene technically for the Easter egg. Leave the church and go into the cemetery and come up to this zip line right here and use it to zip line to this roof. Once you are on this roof, go straight forward, and whenever you go straight forward, turn to your left. There is another buildable table and crafting table. You need to interact with it to build the LTG device, so go ahead and build that now. After building it, take the zipline back to the cemetery, and underneath this storm right here, place the LTG device. It is now a defense step, and you will need to make sure zombies do not break or go into the LTG device. As long as the ones that are going purple are the ones you're killing, you should be fine. If you do fail, however, don't worry. That just means you failed. You just need to restart at the next round. Whenever you do succeed, however, it will then spawn an HVT, high value target, meaning they are a Mangler or an Abomination that will have more health than the average Mangler or Abomination will. Once you spawn that in, you are going to need to do a lot of damage to it and get it low, but you cannot kill the HVT. You just need to get it low. Once you get it low enough, it will have a purple glow around it like an Aether-esque glow. After that, you know you've done this right, so do not kill him. Stop shooting and go into the church and pick up the canister from the machine. Once you pick up the canister from the machine, take the canister down this road and drop it next to this trap on the ground. Once you are done with this, by the way, you will need to be careful because the canister makes it to where you can't sprint, but once you are done with this, you'll need to train the HVT over top of it and then start the trap and kill him while he is inside of the trap. You will know you've done this right once you see the purple glow go from his body and into the canister itself. After that, you will need to pick up the canister, take it back to the church, and put it back into the machine. Once the canister is back in the machine, stay in the church for a minute, they'll talk around for a second, and then they'll put out the Straus Counter. Pick it up from the machine, and then you're going to want to go to 3 different projectors around the map. The first of which is just to the right of this tool shed here in this grassy area right here. The next one is just past the church to the left down these stairs and on this grassy area. For the last one, go past Speed Cola to this roof over here that you used earlier to get the part, and then once you're on this roof, buy this zipline door and zipline across. After that, there's going to be another door on the other side of the roof that has a red X inside of a red circle on it. Buy that door, and then once that is done and you've bought it, go down. There is another one to the right on the bottom part of the roof. If it says high, you need to interact with it until it is green to go low. If it says low, you need to interact with it until it is red to go high. And if it says medium, you need to interact with it until it is yellow to go medium. Once you're done, all 3 projectors will turn and spray a giant purple laser towards spawn, so you need to go back to spawn. Once you go back to spawn, next to the gas station, there is going to be 3 lasers shooting into this machine right here. It will then pop out a canister, and once it's popped out, you can pick up the canister and go back over to this trap right here and drop it on the ground next to the trap. Now you're going to repeat the LTG step again, so you need to go back and pick up the LTG from the cemetery. Then go back to spawn, and then next to the fast forward station right here, there's another storm. You need to place the LTG in there and do another defense step. Once you have successfully completed the defense step, you will then have another HVT spawn. You need to repeat the process you did with the first one. You'll need to get him low until he has a purple glow, and then kill him around the trap with the canister next to it, and have it fill up the canister. Once he dies, the canister will be filled up. You will then need to pick up the canister from in the middle of the trap, and go all the way back to the church and put it into the machine once again. Once you do this, you can now move on to the final boss fight, or the final lockdown step. To start the final lockdown or final boss fight, interact with the machine one more time to start the final encounter. Once you do this, there are going to be 3 phases, so I highly recommend you stay equipped and ready to go whenever you go into here. Make sure you have all your perks, make sure you have a sentry gun or a Casimir or some stuff, just some equipment to help get you through it, pack a punch if you need it, armor, and then once you are in here again, there are going to be 3 phases. The first phase is going to be regular zombies / manglers. The second phase is going to then be regular zombies / manglers and an HVT mangler that you're going to need to kill for that phase to stop. After that, it will go on to the third and final phase where you will then fight every zombie and a HVT Mangler and an HVT Abomination. Once you've killed everything in the game, you will then down, it will cut to a cutscene, and you have completed the boss fight. Congratulations. Hopefully this guide has been helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video and in the next map. Peace.